Fire commentary number 72. I got another one of my longtime PSN friends, MrSulu. And this game was actually recorded by one of my other buddies, Slayer Boy, because MrSulu is too cheap to have a fucking recorder. Buy a recorder, damn it. Anyway, Sulu's been on my list since shit, Call of Duty 4. I mean, we used to chill over at the Infinity Ward forums and troll that place like bosses and shit like that. Anyway, Sulu's been on my list for a long time, and unfortunately, we rarely get a chance to play. Mainly because we like, besides we like different games. He hated Modern Warfare 2, I hated Black Ops, he hates Black Ops. I mean, the Call of Duty games have just been terrible, so we haven't really got that many games in. Also, he's in Europe. So unless he plans on staying up till like 5 in the morning just to game me, there's no way in hell we're going to be able to get games together. So obviously, by the time I work, I get out of work, I get home, I don't get online till 10, 11 o'clock my time. That's like 4 or 5 o'clock his time. That shit is fucking way too late. Although there are a number of people from the European Union that do play that late at night. And I see them on my list all the time. Because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing up this goddamn late? They're like fucking vampires and shit like that. Oh man, did you see how many guys captured that headquarters? Did you guys just see that? There was like 4 guys on that motherfucker. I mean, first of all, that was just screaming for a pro grenade in there where you just get like a quad and shit like that. But obviously, playing in a party here, and I'm seeing some of the names. We got Junkie Junker, I saw Hatred. I think I saw Smythe in this bitch. Right? We got Smythe in here. Schwamps, my good buddy Schwamps, and Commander Fu, also known as Pop Those Pringles. He likes to bust out his secondary names like nobody knows what the fuck that is. Y'all ever do that? Y'all have like a secondary name and shit and just bust it out for no reason? I have a lot of friends who do that shit, man. I don't understand the whole concept of the secondary name. I just play one fucking name. That's all you need, one name. I have a second account, but that's just so I can buy shit off of it. So, you know, I don't want the, my credit card on my main account. I never had the credit card on my main account. So when I buy shit off of PSN, it's off a secondary account. I never play on that account. I never use it. And the fact is, every time I log in, I forget what the password is, and I have to like download shit on it. You know what I'm talking about, right? When you have the secondary account. So I never use that shit. I just want to buy shit with it. That's all I use the motherfucker for. Anyway, getting back into this shit, you'll notice I'll guarantee you this round, Sulu captures more headquarters than anybody else. Because I'll tell you now, I've been playing with Sulu for a long time. Me and him have sort of the same play style in a way. When we play the objective games, when we want to play with a party, the first thing we do is capture everything. That's our goal. We know exactly what we need to do. We want to make sure we get the game in lockdown so that we win this motherfucker. So we capture everything. Doesn't matter what we need to do, we just want to capture shit. So when we play headquarters, we capture the headquarters. When we play domination, we capture the fucking flags. When we're playing capture the flag, we're the first motherfucker over there trying to deliver that shit. That's just the way me and Sulu play. And the funny thing is, we have a good story about this. And Sulu will tell you about this shit, man. What the fuck is he doing? Oh, he was... like, he's just sitting there facing the walls. Look at this idiot. Who is that? That junkie? Spinning around like an asshole. But anyway, one of the funny stories me and Sulu have, man, is when we played on Call of Duty 4. Look at this asshole. Holy shit. You know, right there, that's a perfect example of something. Why campers never win. You know, when you're sitting there waiting for somebody to walk through a door like that, basically, you're just playing reactive. You just want to hope somebody waits for someone to come through like that. There, again, all they're doing is basically your reflexes are slow as hell when you do that because you're not actually moving around. You're not actually making an effort. When you're sitting there waiting for somebody to come by, there's only a split second that they have until they come in. You have to sort of recognize that. When you're moving around, your reflexes are naturally already in a moving position. So when you're camping like that, you're stationary. You're not doing anything. You're literally just sitting there waiting to press a button. But when you're running around, you're already pressing buttons, so it's just naturally instinct just to press another button. So that's why kids do not camp. And if you're gonna camp, don't do it like that, where you're just waiting for somebody to come through a fucking door. It doesn't work like that. Every time you see people sitting like that, unless they run past you and they shoot you in your back, if you have a chance of a just straight up one-on-one fair gunfight, no lag, you're gonna kill them every single time. Every single time it's gonna work in your favor. That's why you shouldn't just sit there and wait in fucking doorways for people like that. It ain't gonna work. It'll never work. You'll never beat people playing the game that way. All right there. That's a perfect example. Sulu standing still. Oh man, no. So what was back to our Call of Duty 4 story. Now, back in Call of Duty 4, obviously that was my second online game. I didn't know shit. I met a lot of these guys through the Infinity Ward forums, and they met guys, they met games. You know, we met a whole bunch of people. We made like our own little cliques back then and shit like that. So when I got in games, I noticed there were a lot of good players with really good stats, right? They had like 4, 5, 6, 10 kill death ratios. I'm like, man, how the fuck did you people do that shit? I didn't know any better. Remember, this was like my first like real online competitive game, so I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, okay, fine, you guys got 10 kills and shit like that. You're obviously a badass. When we got in rooms with some of these players, I'm gonna leave them nameless, not gonna mention who they are. I saw how they did it. Basically, it was the ultimate spawn trap. You know this drill. I mean, you basically just sit there, you trap them in a corner, and then you just keep pressing fire as they walk through. It was the same shit over and over. So I realized exactly what the strategy was. And you know, back then, when you saw people with like 5, 6, 7 kill death ratios, it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, I didn't have a great kill death ratio. So when I saw people with like ridiculous kill death ratios, I thought that was like the greatest shit on earth. And then now, a couple years later, you realize, wow, they just fucking camping bitches. No, but one of the things that I was mentioning was we got in a room with some of these all-stars. Me and Sulu with these 4 kill death ratio all-stars. We were playing on the map Bog. Hopefully people remember the map on Call of Duty 4 Bog, right? So we were playing this motherfucker, right? And we were going after the B flag. We have the C side. We were trying to get the B flag. And it was just me and Sulu constantly going to get it. The other team ended up getting it before we did. So the whole time we're trying to recapture that shit because we're getting spawn trapped. Now we have the 4 all-stars on our team, right? But what they're doing is they're just sitting there posting up with an M16, camping with claymores, camping with scavenger, you name it. They are not moving from our side of the map. They're basically just standing there working on their kill death ratio. So eventually they get their airstrikes, they get their choppers, and you would think, once you get your chopper, come out and fucking help us. No, me and Sulu sat there the whole fucking time, basically trying to capture that 1B flag. We took death after death after death. I mean, I don't remember what the damn score was. We were definitely negative. And we were negative by a lot. I'm not talking like, oh, we were like 4 and 6. I'm talking we were something like 2 and 13, 2 and 15. It was some terrible shit. Meanwhile, everybody on our team, 14 and 0, 11 and 1. I was like, are you fucking serious? They didn't leave their side. What are you going to do, shoot them with the Strela? I do that shit all the time. It's like you bring it in, then you need to switch. You're like, oh, fuck, I brought this piece of shit in. But when we were playing that game, we were like, man, fuck this shit. We see these guys, they get a fucking chopper, and then they continue to stay on their side of the map. They had no intention of winning that game. None. They were basically just hoping for us to actually capture the flag so that they continue their spawn trap. So eventually me and Sulu said, you know what? Fuck this. We're out this bitch. We are getting out this motherfucker. And then that's when I quickly realized this is why I don't want to play with guys that have these ridiculous kill death ratios. Because they're not in it to win it. They're just in it for their kill death ratio. It doesn't matter if they win or lose. And basically, holy shit, look at these idiots. Damn. This bunch of assholes just run out like a fucking parade and shit. No, but basically we got tired of that shit, so we left the room. I was like, you know what? Every single one of these guys that does this shit on my list, that just sits there and cans and posts up, I'm deleting their ass. I want people that at least make an effort. Now, I don't care if people need to post up. They want to get a couple kills. That's fine. We all want kills. We all want to get our kills here and there. We all want to make sure we don't go, you know, extremely ridiculously negative. And we don't want to be the only one capturing shit. I have no problem with people going after kills as long as they're helping. You know what I mean? As long as they're doing something of the objective, that's what I want to see in this game. So anyway, there's the final score. These guys did an ass kicking as always. And what the fuck? Hatred finished with the most captures? Hatred, were you sick? Hatred never finishes with the most captures. He always finishes with the least. But anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next Fight Commentary video.